Mr. Van Drew.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So I wanted to talk about drones. I'm going to speak about drones in a minute. I was concerned, my good friend from Georgia on the other side of the aisle, and he's a good guy, and I consider him a friend, and we have a lot of similar committees. So we debate a lot in judiciary. We fancy and think that this is more of a nonpartisan committee. But there seemed to be, and respectfully, Ms. Nelson, even on your part, the sense that I had when I was in here a little while ago, that chaos has erupted because of the new president and the new administration. And there may be some problems, there always are, and not everything that happened I agreed with. But let's understand we are where we are for years of past activity. Let's call it what it is. And let's just think about the chaos. The chaos is when we didn't install fiber when we needed fiber in our airports. The chaos was when I went to and visited air traffic controllers and towers, and they were using floppy disks that you couldn't get through any of their normal means of acquisition. They had to go to discount stores to see if they could find them. The chaos is when you have decaying copper. The chaos is when you moved air traffic control from Newark Airport. We moved it from New York to Philadelphia. Philadelphia without the STAR system in place, Philadelphia with decrepit, aging copper in place, Philadelphia where they were also, because of the reconstruction of the runway, had a lot of different issues and problems there as well. And on top of it, what we've had, it's just not resulted in the last 6 months. We have had a shortage of air traffic controllers, and for that matter, pilots, for years. We have a problem. These are the real problems and the real issues. And quite frankly, and again, I'm going to be candid, that's the way I am, we've been worried over the past years about which bathrooms to use, what pronouns to use, whether we can call the cockpit anymore. I mean, all this stuff. This is about infrastructure, it's about science, it's about staffing, it's about making sure that we do things the right way. There isn't just chaos in the last 6 months. This has been going on. Really substantive, underlying problems that need to be addressed. And I particularly wanted to say that because I heard that conversation between Ms. Nelson and Congressman Johnson. You know, the United States is over a decade behind the rest of the world in drone technologies and infrastructure, and we need to catch up. On June 1st, Ukraine launched 117 long-range, low-cost drones, and we saw the damage that they did. And the point of that is not that they shouldn't have done it, but how effective drones can be. And they say they only cost probably about $1,000 each to make. There's not a lot in place that would stop our enemies from utilizing these techniques against us as well. We know that Iran has drones. Some folks made fun. There is something called a mothership. It's not from outer space. It's these large ships like aircraft carriers that carry these drones. And we need a clear roadmap to protect our skies, to protect our critical infrastructure, to protect our America. And we've passed bipartisan laws to deal with this, but we've repeatedly missed crucial deadlines. Notably, Section 2209, intended to safeguard fixed sites, was enacted in 2016. It's 9 years later, still no rule. Mr. Robbins, thank you for being here today. Thank you all for being here. When do you think we can expect a rule for Section 2209, and what is driving this delay so long?
Yeah, thank you very much for that question, Congressman, and we appreciate the ongoing dialogue with you and your team on this issue. It is our understanding that Section 2209 is in a draft form and is currently at the White House under review. That rule is tied along with the Beyond Visual Line of Sight rule. So we are hopeful that we are going to see that draft rule released in the near future. And we've also heard that it's possible that through an executive order that the Trump administration may direct the FAA to move Section 2209 directly to an interim final rule so that it takes effect immediately. And then there's an opportunity to still perfect the rule, but it goes into effect right away.
And I thank you for that. And the way I say things, we're probably doing more now, get more done this year than has happened since that was enacted years and years and years ago where nothing happened. That's chaos. That's chaos.
If I could add one other point, sir.
Sure.
This committee is the lead committee of jurisdiction on expanding UAS detection and mitigation authorities. It's been since 2018 that Congress has updated the UAS Detection and Mitigation Authority.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. That's chaos.
It is far past time for those authorities to be updated and to give our federal authorities, as well as state, local, tribal, territorial, the ability to train properly and integrate, at the very least, detection technologies and in very bad day situations, non-kinetic mitigation technologies in the homeland.
We're out of time, but I just want to say record amounts of money are going to be coming into our airports and into our FAA. I yield back.